Hello, Holly.
Hi there. Okay, my question is regarding business. In a world where the acquisition of products, services, achievements are promoted as giving you happiness or filling a lack that you have, how do I, in my businesses, promote our services in a way that is real and not fake? Or isn't that important because nobody understands the realness mostly anyway? Is it like a cloud that, I mean, maybe it does provide happiness, maybe it's okay to promote it as happiness? Does that make sense in marketing and stuff?
Um, Holly, if you're in a position, if you have businesses or you're in a position of starting businesses or companies, just try to make sure that the businesses you start in some ways express this understanding. That in some ways that they bring this understanding out into society. There's no reason why one shouldn't start businesses and one's business be informed by the basic principle that we are one. Try to start businesses that are founded on that principle. And if you have employees and you have a company, let this understanding be the guiding principle of your company.
So my businesses are in music lessons, health and fitness, and interior design.
Well, that's beautiful. That's three realms which readily lend themselves to this understanding because they're all to do with well-being and beauty.
Mm-hmm.
So
And home.
so so that's sorry.
Oh, and home.
Well,
Home. Oh,
the home, I include that in beauty, interior design, because your home is your environment. The home is like it's yeah, it's your environment. Your home wants to um, your home when you come into your home, it wants to remind you of being. It
and
wants to
your
take
body
you
is your home too.
and your body. Well, yeah, your body is your first the first layer of home. Your clothes are your second layer of home, and your home. Sorry, your body is the first layer. Yes, first layer. Then your clothes, and then your home.
Yeah.
So all of these have the capacity to take someone back to their being. So your work is with fitness, well-being, and home, and music is slightly different, but it's again involved with beauty. So these are beautiful businesses, Holly. These are beautiful. They're all. You've been into you've walked into a temple or a church or a beautiful modern building or indeed a rustic hut out in nature and felt and been brought to silence. You felt the presence. Your mind has been stilled. Walking into one, that's satsang. You know what I mean by the term satsang. Satsang. It's these are objects. Don't worry about what I said about satsang. These are objects. In this case, buildings. They are buildings that contain within them that it's what a work of art is. They're buildings that contain within them the power to take the viewer back to the place from which the design originated. So think of a Romanesque church. Think of the felt understanding from which those churches grew. Now, when you go into such a place, because of the power of the building, you're taken back to the place from which the building came. That's the power of a work of art. So a work of art is like it's like a pathway that we take with our senses that take us back to presence. So your home, that's what you're trying to do with people's homes, the interior design. You're trying to create an atmosphere that is, it's got to be tailored to your client, obviously.
Right.
If they like bright colors, it's no longer it's no good giving them gray and white. But if they're a minimalist like me, it's all got to be gray and white and little homeopathic doses of color. So you have to tailor your designs to the client. But what you're really trying to do, the client won't know this. They don't need to know this. What they really want you to do, they don't really want you to decorate the walls of their house or furnish it. Or what they really want you to do is to take them back to their being. What they really want is not a beautiful house. What they really want is peace and happiness.
Right.
They don't know that. They want a beautiful house. They don't want a beautiful house. They want peace and happiness. That's your job.
Yep. Yeah.
And that's your skill. So you have to be very sensitive to your client, and then you have to tailor your client's tastes and arrange them in such a way that when they walk into their home, they're taken to their being. Not through the mind, not through a rational process. They're taken directly there.
Yeah.
And with your music lessons, you're doing the same thing, but it's not through the visual. It's not through the visual. With interior design, it's mainly through the visual and tactile senses. With music, it's through through hearing.
Mm-hmm.
But you're trying to take them to the same experience. And then with your work with fitness, the conversation I had about releasing knots and tensions in the body. What you're really trying to do is you're not, the person hasn't come to you because they want to go back to their true nature. Actually, they have, but they don't know it. They think they've come to you because they want to be fit. They haven't really come to you for that reason. They've come to you because there's something missing in their life, and that is their contact with their being. And they think that they're working on their body, they'll get what they want. So your job, you understand better. You know that what they really want is their true nature. But you have to take them to it through fitness, through exercises. So you have to use skillful means of exercises and yoga and cardio and whatever exercises you do. And when someone has finished a session with you or with one of your company, or they'll come out with a big smile on their face because you will have taken them to being. They don't know that, but they've been relieved of attention. They don't have to understand the process. You have to understand the process, but they don't have to. All they have to do is experience the process. All they need to do is, they've experienced the process if they walk out with a smile on their face. They've been relieved of the burden of sorrow.
Wow, how do I get them there? Wow.
But Holly, you've got these three activities that readily lend themselves to this understanding. So the structure is already there. The deeper you go into this understanding, the more you will imbue your work with it. It's not going to happen overnight. The work you do will be slowly aligned with your understanding. As your understanding deepens, your work on all three fronts will become a more and more efficient means through which to communicate this understanding. But that will take time. But at least you have these three vehicles that are just waiting, asking to be realigned with this understanding.
Yeah. And I need to get me there before I can get my employees there.
Well, don't think about getting there, Holly. You just need to be one step ahead of your employees. That's all you need, just to be one step ahead. And by virtue of the fact that you're here having this conversation, you're already one step ahead. So don't think about getting there. And it's not like that. You don't arrive and then start work. You start work, and your understanding develops, your work develops, your understanding deepens, your work your understanding deepens, your work takes and it's a beautiful creative process, and it goes on forever.
Thank you. It's so exciting.
Thank you, Holly. I wish you the very best with your work.
Thank you.